What is up, everybody? We're on day 194 of our Bible in a Year series, continuing in the book of Proverbs today. And we have today and tomorrow, actually, and then we are done with Proverbs. And we'll be moving on to Ecclesiastes. But that's not yet today. Well, just remind myself of a meme. Okay. Proverbs 25 is where we are starting today. And let's jump straight into it. These two are Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of King Hezekiah of Judah copied. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, and the glory of kings to investigate a matter. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings cannot be investigated. Remove impurities from silver, and material will be produced for a silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's presence, and his throne will be established in righteousness. Don't boast about yourself before the king, and don't stand in the place of great, or of the great. For it is better for him to say to you, "Come up here," than to demote you in plain view of a noble. Don't take a matter to court hastily, otherwise, what will you do afterward? If your opponent humiliates you, make your case with your opponent without revealing another secret. Otherwise, the one who hears will disgrace you, and you'll never live it down. A word spoken at the right time is like gold apples in silver settings. A wise correction to a receptive ear is like a gold ring or an ornament of gold. To those who send him, a trustworthy envoy is like the coolness of snow on a harvest day. He refreshes the life of his masters. The one who boasts about a gift that does not exist is like clouds in wind without rain. A ruler can be persuaded through patience, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. If you find honey, eat only what you need, otherwise, you'll get sick from it and vomit. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, otherwise, he'll get sick of you and hate you. A person giving false testimony against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, or a sharp arrow. Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like a rotten tooth or a faltering foot. Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off clothing on a cold day, or like pouring vinegar on soda. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. The north wind produces rain, and a backbiting tongue angry looks. Better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a nagging wife. Good news from a distant land is like cold water to a parched throat. A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or a polluted well. It is not good to eat too much honey or to seek glory after glory. A person who does not control his temper is like a city whose wall is broken down. Chapter 26. Like snow in summer and rain at harvest, honor is inappropriate for a fool. Like a fitting sparrow or a fluttering swallow, an undeserved curse goes nowhere. A whip for the horse, a bridle for a donkey, and a rod for the back of fools. Don't answer a fool according to his foolishness, or you'll be like him yourself. Answer a fool according to his foolishness, or he'll become wise in his own eyes. The one who sends a message by a fool's hand cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like lame legs that hang limp. Giving honor to a fool is like binding a stone in a sling. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is like a stick with thorns brandished by the hand of a drunkard. The one who hires a fool, or who hires those passing by, is like an archer who wounds everyone indiscriminately. As a dog returns to his vomit, so also a fool repeats his foolishness. Do you see a person who is wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. The slacker says, "There's a lion in the road, a lion in the public square. A door turns on its hinges, and a slacker on his bed." The slacker buries his hand in the bowl. He is too weary to bring it to his mouth. In his own eyes, a slacker is wiser than seven who can answer sensibly. A person who is passing by and meddles in a quarrel that's not his is like one who grabs a dog by the ears. Like a madman who throws flaming darts and deadly arrows, so is the person who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. Without wood, fire goes out. Without gossip, conflict dies down. As charcoal for embers and wood for fire, so is a quarrelsome person for kindling strife. As lost my thought. As gossip's words are like choice food that goes down to one's innermost being, smooth lips with an evil heart are like glaze on an earthen vessel. A hateful person disguises himself with speech and harbors deceit within. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are seven detestable things in his heart. Though his hatred is concealed by deception, his evil will be revealed in the assembly. The one who digs a pit will fall into it, and whoever rolls a stone, it will come back on him. A lying tongue hates those it crushes, and a flattering mouth causes ruin. Proverbs 27. I don't boast about tomorrow, for you don't know what a day might bring. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger and not your own lips. A stone is heavy, and sand a burden, but aggravation from a fool outweighs them both. Fury is cruel, and anger a flood, but who can withstand jealousy? Better an open reprimand than concealed love. The wounds of a friend are trustworthy, but the kisses of an enemy are excessive. A person who is full tramples on a honeycomb, but to a hungry person any bitter thing is sweet. Anyone wandering from his home is like a bird wandering from its nest. Oil and incense bring joy to the heart, and the sweetness of a friend is better than self-counsel. Don't abandon your friend or your father's friend, and don't go to your brother's house in your time of calamity. Better a neighbor nearby than a brother far away. Be wise, my son, and bring my heart joy, so that I can answer anyone who taunts me. A sensible person sees danger and takes cover. The inexperienced keep going and are punished. Take his garment, for he has put up security for a stranger. Get collateral if it is for foreigners. If one blesses his neighbor with a loud voice early in the morning, it will be counted as a curse to him. An endless dripping on a rainy day and a nagging wife are alike. The one who controls her controls the wind and grasps oil with his right hand. Iron sharpens iron, and one person sharpens another. Whoever tends a fig tree will eat its fruit, and whoever looks after his master will be honored. As water reflects the face, so the heart reflects the person. Sheol and Abaddon are never satisfied, and people's eyes are never satisfied. As a crucible refines silver and a smelter refines gold, so a person should refine his praise. Though you grind a fool in a mortar with a pestle along with grain, you will not separate his foolishness from him. Know well the condition of your flock and pay attention to your herds, for wealth is not forever. Not even a crown lasts for all time. When the hay is removed and new growth appears, and the grain from the hills is gathered, and lambs will provide your clothing, and goats the price of a field, there will be enough goat's milk for your food, food for your household, and nourishment for your female servants. And that is it for our reading. We still have our questions, though. And here we go. Question 1. Proverbs 25:11 describes a word fitly spoken as like apples of gold in a setting of silver. How can we learn to speak with more wisdom, timing, and grace in our conversations? I think there is at least with some people, there is a seeming need, to speak first and to speak often. I think very frequently those things are the opposite of wisdom. I think if you're jumping in speaking first, obviously this is not in a setting where like if you're sitting down with someone, they're actually asking your opinion or something like that. But if you're jumping in early and often, giving your opinion when it's not asked, things like that, typically you are not spewing wisdom. You're not speaking wisdom. I think typically in that sense, you are, um, you would be the fool in this situation. Wisdom is sitting back and listening, making sure you have all the information so that you can give accurate advice, and seeing if your advice is even warranted. There's been times where I've been in conversations with people, and um, I know what I would tell them. I know, generally speaking, the advice I would give them would probably be good and would probably benefit their situation and themselves. However, I also know the people I'm talking to, and I know those people are not willing to actually hear what I have to say. In those situations, I don't even speak. Or at least I'm not going to throw out the wisdom that I have. I'm not going to make a point to try to push that to them or give that to them, if I know that they're not going to listen to what I have to say. Now, if I really feel genuinely leading of the Holy Spirit in order to do so, I'll do so despite. But I think a lot of times it just leads to them being put off if they're not actually asking for it or seeking it. If they're not open to hear it, then it ends up just being off-putting. Question 2. Proverbs 27:6 says, "Faithful are the wounds of a friend." What does this teach us about the role of loving correction in godly friendships, and how can we receive and offer it well? This goes back to I brought up before. I've got here again, shameless plug. How to Fail at Practically Everything, a comprehensive guide. First book that I wrote, and the first chapter that's the introduction. The first actual chapter is about being open to criticism. It's called Tune Out Everyone Except the Ones You Can't. And it is specifically about this idea of the faithful or the wounds of a friend. And I talk in that chapter about people that are close to me. My wife is one example. And people that I have given permission to hurt my feelings. And I will listen to what they have to say. I will hear them out. No matter what they're saying, I will listen to them. Every time I will listen to them. Now, I may still disagree with them. I may not actually do what they think I need to do in the situation, but there are people that I know they have my best interest at heart, and I know that they genuinely want to see me do the best that I can. And so because of that, I'm going to hear them out. It's not going to go in one ear and out the other. It's going to be taken. I'm going to consider it, think about it, try to see if maybe there is something truthful in it, something I need to take from it. Sometimes I end up coming away from that saying, I don't think that there is anything I needed from this. I think that they were incorrect in their assessment. But there's a lot of times where that's not the case. And so I think having people, and these people need to be ones that you have actually told this. You've told them that they have permission to speak into your life. My pastor is another one. I think that kind of goes with the territory, but with me being in this space, I have told my pastor, like he knows I'm putting this out. He knows, he's aware of what I do. And I've told him if he ever sees anything that I do or say publicly that is not correct or is in need of correction or anything like that, he has full right to call me out on it. Talk to me, tell me specifically, hey, I have an issue with this. This is why, and we'll sit down and hash it out. But that is another example. I've actually verbally given him permission to call me out on things, and not just saying, oh well, he knows that he'd be able to. No, like I have told him specifically. Same thing. I've told my wife specifically, call me out. You think I'm doing something that's not right? You think I'm saying something that's not right? Call me out. Tell me. Don't just assume I'm going to find out. Tell me. And that's what this is getting at. Question 3. These chapters warn against self-praise and overconfidence. How can we pursue humility without falling into insecurity or false modesty? So humility, I think there's a misunderstanding of humility. Humility is not just looking at yourself, like looking down or seeing the negatives or, seeing where you need to improve, things like that. Humility is an accurate view of yourself. So there are things that I think I'm confident I do well. I excel at. There's also things that I know that I don't do well. I don't excel at. One of the things that I do well, I handle conflict very, very well. I don't like it. It's not something I look forward to. But I've been in management roles before, and very much where it was like thrown to the wolves type thing. And I found in that situation, I'm good at thinking on my feet, thinking very, very quickly, and I'm also good with dealing with complicated, and confrontational issues and situations. Very, very good, actually. It's something like I said, I excel at, and I'm typically I have a pretty, I think, honest view of myself there. But yeah, no, humility is just being genuine. Like really, like you know, there's nothing wrong with admitting that you maybe aren't the best in a certain area or in a certain thing or something like that at all. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think we should be willing to admit, because then you can try to find people to put around you that are better at it, that will help you be better. So I think that's it for today. Those are 3 questions anyways. So we have today, which is now done. Tomorrow we'll be in Proverbs again, and then after that we'll be out of Proverbs. Moving along, we have finished the longest book in the Bible, and we're coming up on the second longest book. Jeremiah is the second longest book in the Bible. Yeah, it's coming up. We'll get there before long. So it'll be good though. But don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back in Proverbs. We'll be ending Proverbs, and we're going to be finally getting to that, the last couple chapters, and specifically the last chapter, Proverbs 31, that you hear people talking about frequently, like talk about a Proverbs 31 woman, or looking for a Proverbs 31 woman, something along those lines. We'll be touching on that and diving into that. And I may have some advice tomorrow for anybody that may be looking for a Proverbs 31 woman. Just some advice from my own personal experience. So it'll be good. You're not gonna want to miss it. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as all those things help the channel grow. If this has been a blessing to you, you can share it with somebody else. It can be a blessing to them, and word of mouth is the best way that podcasts grow as well. So that can be something that helps this channel as well. Come back every single day. We're going to have more content every single day. Bible reading plan. We're going through the Bible an entire year, different teachings, all kinds of just really great biblical sound stuff like that. So you're not going to want to miss it. Come back, subscribe. Thanks. God bless.